Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Snooker 19 career, the other O'Sullivan with me, Daniel. It's episode 17 and we're back today for the semi-final as the Welsh Open as we continue to enjoy success in this home nation series. You can see we're playing our namesake again, the world number one Ronnie O'Sullivan, in a semi-final for a place in the final. It's a massive game and we've been on a great run in this tournament again. You were obviously with me last week earlier in the tournament as we played against Ding Junhui. After a couple of successes against lower ranked players, we then beat Mark Selby convincingly in the quarter final. Again, weirdly against him we had a frame that featured a respotted black, but now we're into the semi against Ronnie O'Sullivan and we've got a chance to make our second ranking final. Can we become champion of half of the home nation series? It really would be quite a special feat if we could. There's 30 grand up for prize money for the winner, and that obviously makes a huge difference to the rankings. If we go along and have a look at the moment, we're in 54th on 99,000. If we got 30 and got to 129, we're then talking about hitting the top 40, depending on other results in this tournament. So we're going to go and get into the game so you can see the position at the moment. I can confirm we do lead 2-1, and we're back with two opportunities to get to the final. Who our opponent will be there, we're not quite sure yet. But a massive thank you firstly to everyone who continues to follow the series. I really am enjoying this Snooker 19 game. It's such an immersive experience and by far the best snooker game I've had in my lifetime. So I hope you guys are enjoying the game as much and hopefully we'll be able to get a final to reflect it. We're breaking in the fourth frame. I have to say until we win the world title, this series will continue every Friday at 4:30. We've just overhit the break slightly there. I just want to stop to see if we manage to get a decent break off or not. It looks like that's worked out pretty well for us. We're very tight to the cushion and all of the reds are covered. A really good break-off shot. Ronnie O'Sullivan's got some hard work to do. He's come down the table and it looks a decent stroke. It's always an attacking safety with him. He's opened up the reds and now he's got a nasty nudge on the yellow, so we've got one hanging over the pocket. A good start for us. Maybe we can win the match in one opportunity, just as we did against Ding Junhui. It looks a pretty decent position, so we are going to go for it. Let's just see if we can cut this one into the bottom corner pocket. If we come back up the table, we should naturally find the sort of blue or bolt colours. So let's go for 38% power. We should come off the cushion pretty heavily. We've got a lovely kiss on a red, and it's put us pretty much perfect for the blue. We're just above the spot, and we've got a lovely angle to come down for the reds. What we've got to look for is whether there's a loose one at the table, and there are a couple, but they're near the top of the pack, and it's going to be very difficult for us to hold that position. Well, there is one just below the black spot, which I think might be a more realistic chance. So let's see if we can get the right amount of power on this. We're going to go for 28%. We've just underhit it, but the blue's gone in, and it looks like we may have got away with it. Almost perfect angle again, this time on the red below the black spot. We should be able to hold for the black, although there is pink and blue if we need it. It looks like it's an easy enough pot, and in fact, instead of stunning through, we're going to screw back for the black and leave ourselves a decent angle, hopefully to get on the red below this one. So we're on to the black pretty nicely. I don't want to get too tight to the cushion, though that's one mistake we have made already. We've got out of position very slightly, but we should be in a good position to stay for this red, so let's just try and hit it with 20% power. You can see how much more fluent we're getting, even though we've slightly underhit that one. We're finding it more confident to get out of positions where we may have had a bit of trouble in the past, and I'm really starting to feel confident at the table, and we're getting lots of frame winning breaks. So this one's a pretty good angle for us. We are going to try and screw back a little bit just to give ourselves half an angle on the black. We obviously don't want to come too low, as otherwise it's going to be a difficult pot. 63% power, the red goes in, and we've got a lovely angle on the black to try and get up for one of these higher reds. We're going to put this one in and then see where we end up. Hopefully we'll be on for a big break at that point. The big decision here is which way we go round the table. There's not really many reds that pot to this corner, so we have got to think about going for the same pocket as the black, and that means we'll have to screw back again, but can we get enough on the ball to make sure we come up for the reds we need? I think we're going to go for 42% power, just try and nudge that outside red on the way through, as if it does go right it will open up both pockets for us, although I don't think it has on this occasion. We might just about have a path through, but I think that's going to be the end of break. Let's have a quick look to see if we're right. I don't think this is going to pass at all. There's no plants or anything available. I think we're just going to have to play safe. I'm going to play one from the bottom of the pack and just try and nestle against the top cushion. There's absolutely no need for us to be expansive here, as we've had the first first few points in the frame. We've got a lead of 22, it's a good enough position, and now we've just got to force Ronnie into a mistake. 9% power, we've nudged the red, we're onto the bottom cushion nicely, and hopefully Ronnie won't go for an expansive pot, and we'll be back at the table in a moment. Join us again when we get there. Hopefully Ronnie won't put this long red in. He has, so he's going to start a big break himself. We'll come back when we get a chance at the table. Okay, we're back at the table. We have got a second chance. Ronnie O'Sullivan remarkably missing a black off the spot as he was motoring along on 34. He's left us a lovely red as well. As he got the position right, he just ended up missing the pot. So we've got to try and get back up the table a little here. I'm not quite sure how we're going to do that, so we might just have to try and put a bit of power on and hope we can get back up well enough. 60% power, and that one goes in, and if everything else fails, we've still got the black to the top corner pocket. We're not hampered on that one at all, and I think that's the option we're going to take on. 7 points if nothing else, and it'll put us a bit closer to Ronnie's score. Let's try and screw back again. I'm not sure we'll be able to get enough on this, but we are going to go for it at 77%, and hopefully that'll get us back down the table. It's a lovely bit of screw back on that one. As long as the blue doesn't get in our way, we're fine. We have snookered ourselves on every single red, or can we just get through to the one at the bottom? I think we've just got away with it. That is a remarkable break of luck. We didn't deserve it for that shot, but we're certainly going to take it, and now the black's back on its spot. It should make this red even easier. We're going to try and screw forward and come back up for the black or pink. There's no real pressure on this one, as there's colours all round the table. The red rattled off the jaws, that could have been a problem, but we just about get away with it, and it eventually drops into the pocket. We've got the black on here, and we can come back up for the reds. It is going to be difficult with 3 of them bunched closely together, but I think this first one should be easy enough. We've just got to get back up above the 4 reds. Let's have a look at how that one lines up. About 30% power should be fine. If we overhit it slightly, then so be it. We've got a perfect angle on all of these reds. We can take out one of the ones in the pack, or we can get rid of the difficult one to the left of the table. I think we're going to opt for the difficult one in truth. It should be easy to get the other 3 eventually, as we will have a lovely angle. We might need to nudge the pink out the way at some point, but 20% power on that one, and we've got a good angle on the black to get back up. We might even be able to screw back to the same position. So let's try and put this black into the corner. Again, we're going to go for the screw back. I'm not quite sure what the best option is here, as it doesn't really seem to be a good one. I'm going to go for this risky shot, which is cannon in the top red of the 3, but if we can loosen them up and make it a bit easier, that would certainly help. We managed that, but we missed the black, and now Ronnie's got a second golden chance. I'm not sure any of these are particularly easy to pot. He might go for something special, but in the end it's just a safety from Ronnie, and now we're going to get dragged into an exchange against the master. It's a brilliant shot. He's pretty much snookered us on the 2 reds to the left. We can just about get through to them, but not with an angle to get a thin contact, so we're going to have to go for this loose red at the bottom and make sure we don't slip up at all. It's going to be a really tense frame, and we lead by 5 points with plenty remaining on the table. 39% power, we're going to go for it. Just try and get in behind the baulk colours. We've made the perfect contact. The red's going to fall safe, I hope. It looks like it's a bit close to the pocket for comfort. We have got the cue ball in a brilliant position though, so maybe Ronnie won't take on the pot. If he does, I'd argue it's slightly unrealistic, but if he pots it, he's going to be on the black, and we're going to be going to a decider. Ronnie pots the red, is straight in the heart of the pocket, and now he's on for the black, unless the pink comes to our rescue. It doesn't, and it's going to be a frame over, and we're going to be going into a decider. Ronnie will surely pot this with ease, and now he's got himself a lovely position on the reds. We'll come back to the table if we get another chance, but I think you'll next see us for the break off in the decider. Into a 5th and deciding frame then. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan to break. Pretty expansive opening break, and he's opened up the reds beautifully, but it looks like it's a pretty good break off, and he hasn't left us even half a chance on this occasion. We are going to have to play safe, and hopefully we'll do enough to cover all the loose reds. I'm just seeing if we can get to the one just behind the blue. We can't, so we're going to have to play a more risky safety shot as well. We've got to try and get past the reds without making any contact or any double kisses. It's going to be a very difficult one. We're going to go for 38% power, and cross your fingers everyone, this could go horribly wrong. We just miss it. It was a very tight squeeze, but we've come too heavy and we're past the top cushion, and Ronnie's got an easy pot to start his break. He's got himself up for the colours as well, so we're just going to let him build his break. This might be a short frame, as we're not going to see much time at the table. Ronnie's an experienced pro in positions like this, and as long as he pots one of these colours here, although he has made an absolute hash of that, he's snookered himself on every red. Maybe we won't be disappointed disappearing for a moment. What an awful shot by Ronnie O'Sullivan. Is he going to leave us a red to pot? He's left us more than one by the looks of it. We've got a thin cut to the bottom corner pocket and a couple of more comfortable ones to the middle. So let's try and build ourselves a massive break here. Hopefully we can win it in one opportunity. If we let Ronnie back to the table, we know he's good enough to mop up quite easily. Okay, 28% power. We've opted to go for one of the reds to the middle, purely because I want two chances of the colour. We've got pink and black available, so let's just see if we can hold our position, and most importantly, pot the red. 27% power, that one's gone in, and although we've got nowhere near the black, we've got an easy pot on the pink to the middle. It looks relatively straightforward, and hopefully we can hold out for a red. We've got to try and hit it powerfully enough, otherwise we're not going to be on anything at all, but we should be able to hold our position nicely, and we've got to make sure that pink goes in. The break's up to 7 and we've come off the cushion beautifully. We've got a straight red to the corner or a more difficult one to the opposite side. I know it's strange timing, but I like having a loose red like that just in case we get well out of position. So I'm going to take on one of the more difficult ones. It's not a particularly difficult pot, but the thought of getting onto a colour is what often makes it a little more tricky. So we are going to try and come up for the blue. Hopefully we won't make a meal of it. Let's see what the perfect angle is. I think that there should just be fine. 30% power with plenty of screw back. The one mistake we've made is overhitting it, and that means we've cannoned into one of the reds, but I think we've got away with it. There's still an angle on the blue, and we might even have one on the black as well. We haven't got an angle on the black, but the blue will still go to the middle. Again, it makes the next shot a little more tricky, but it shouldn't be anything we can't manage. We're competing with the world-class players now, and we've got to get ourselves out of trouble like this. 59% power. It looks like we're going to cannon into the black, and will we get a nice little cushion blow there? We do, and we're on the red just below the black spot. Another really great bit of luck in the end. Let's just try and pot this red to the corner. It seems like it should go quite easily, and we'll be able to hold for the black as well. Another added bonus with that one. The red's into the corner and the black's on nicely, and we should be able to get on the next 2 or 3 with ease. I've said that before and run out of position, but hopefully this time that won't be the case. Let's just screw back and get on that red to make sure we're able to continue our break. We're going to go for the red that we ignored the first time, and it's just because it's the easiest pot, something we didn't take on last time, but now we've got plenty more opportunities. 3 or 4 loose reds remaining, so we should get this break to 50 no problem. We're going to take on the easy red. Will we be able to hold for the black again? I can't see why not, in all honesty. We'll screw back again if needed, and we can come across for the black to the same corner. Let's see if we can get this shot right. The cue balls come across the table perfectly, and we're onto the black to the same pocket as the red. It looks like this break's going to be a good one. Let's make sure we get the black in. Again, we've already missed one black off the spot, and we've seen how costly that can be, so we've got to make sure we don't do it again, and this time we need to come a bit higher, although we could just sit above the black spot there and have the easy red to the corner. We've underhit it very slightly, so it's not the best angle, but it should be easy enough to pot. I just want to check before we commit to this red if this other one goes to the middle. It looks like it's covered, so we're not going to take the risk. We're just going to go for the thin cut to the corner. It is a missable pot, this, particularly with the cone, which we hate so much. We struggled with it a lot in the early episodes, and although we are a little better now, we certainly don't want to commit to being brilliant. 33% power. Hopefully we can come up for the blue, or even beyond that for the bulk colours, which is looking more likely now. The red's gone in, and that's the most important bit, and our break continues now into the 30s. Hopefully we'll be able to do ourselves justice. Let's try and put this blue into the bottom corner. That one looks a pretty easy pot actually, almost straight, which we couldn't have banked on. That's a remarkable bit of luck. We've said that 3 or 4 times today, so it really has been a good session for us, and hopefully, despite the fact we lost the last frame, we can sneak through to the final now. I'm really interested to know who will play, as again we will have beaten the top 2 in the world, and I know I'm talking like we've already done it, but I'm really confident we won't throw this one away. We're going to try and get down for the black here, just over 20% power, and we should have a good enough angle to come back up for the reds. There's still a couple of loose ones remaining. If we do end up playing Mark Williams again, we'll fancy our chances after the last time. It was a difficult game, but we came back and snuck the victory, and in the end that's all that matters on those days. You don't have to get the silky big breaks in the final, you just have to get the job done and take the trophy. Let's try and screw back into the reds from here. It is the best opportunity we've had in this break so far, so we're just going to try try and cannon into the 3 reds and see if we can get ourselves on one. It could make or break this frame, and I think it's going to break it. Unless that second red passes to the middle, which I don't think it does, we're going to be saying goodbye to this break. I'm just seeing if this red next to the pink goes to the top corner. It doesn't, unfortunately. Neither does the one next to it, so we might have to go for this one to the top, as the other red's too close to the bottom cushion. Plenty of poor shot selection, and we didn't really need to do that at that stage, so we did take it on a bit prematurely, though we have got a half chance at this red here. So we're going to screw forward and put plenty of power on it. The last thing we want is to get it online and not have it reach the pocket. We just missed. It's a narrow miss in the end, and another red nearly crashed into the middle, but Ronnie O'Sullivan's got a brilliant chance now. The reds couldn't be spread more perfectly, and he's got the black and pink at the right end of the table. With 38 points ahead, but there's still plenty left on the table as Ronnie O'Sullivan starts his break. We'll be back at the table if we get another chance. If not, it will be to confirm Ronnie's victory. I know we've said this a few times, but surely it's going to be our lucky day. Look at what's happened here. Ronnie O'Sullivan on 14. He's missed the black, left it hovering over the pocket, and a dead straight red to start us off. So 57% power. Let's make sure we get the red in. We've overhit it slightly, but it's not a problem. Underhit it, of course, is what I actually meant, but now we've got a good angle on the black, and we should be able to come back up for the reds. So let's just try and put plenty of power on it and get back up the table. 72%, and we're going to come up for this red in the top half of the table. Although we've overhit that one slightly again, we're doing everything we can to throw away our chances. It should still cut to the middle pretty easily, and we might have got away with another poor shot. It's really not been our best performance, and probably the most pressure I've felt in these sort of games. We really have made a meal of it at times, but I think we're going to be able to survive. We're going to try and screw through and come off the bottom cushion, just to give ourselves an angle on some sort of colour. The reds missed to the near jaw, that's a big problem, and Ronnie O'Sullivan gets yet another chance. Surely he's not going to throw this one away. I think we've blown our chance at the final. He's given us as many opportunities as we could have hoped for, but we've managed to waste every single one of them. Ronnie starts his break again, and I think this time he will wrap up the victory. I mean, I don't know what to say. We are going to get through to the final now. Ronnie O'Sullivan's missed a green off the spot this time. I have no idea what's going on. It seems that we're both fumbling around under the pressure. Neither of us really want to win and get to this final, but we've been left with a pretty good angle on the red, and we should be able to get onto the blank or pick as well. I don't really mind which one it is. Of course I meant black or pink. I've completely messed up my words again there, but nevertheless we've got onto the colour. We're 22 ahead with 27 remaining, but of course for us we've got a free chance at a colour now, so anything we can add to the value of 6 or more leaves Ronnie O'Sullivan requiring snookers. So we're going to go for this one, plenty of power on it, and we've just got to miss the middle pocket, and then we should be able to celebrate the victory. 55% power, please don't go behind the blue, we've just hit it lightly enough, and if we can put this yellow over the pocket, it should be frame over. We are going to win this match now as we're at the snookers required stage, but my word have we made things difficult. It really was a poor performance. It does say a lot that the world number 1 couldn't beat us though, so we must be doing a good job at making it scrappy. And now we're to the 2 snookers required stage, as it's 30 ahead with just 25 remaining. We're going to try and go for a double on the green, but again I'm not too worried about it. In the end we might end up just going for a safety actually, to try and get ourselves down the table and leave distance between the cue ball and object ball. 50% power, the green stays at the top of the table, and we're going to try and sneak in behind the pink, though I don't think we've quite got enough on it. It's between the pink and black, so he's going to be able to get through to it. What will Ronnie O'Sullivan do? Has he got a trick left in his book yet? He plays a safety shot off the green, it stays at the top of the table, and he's made a nudge on the pink which might help us out, but he seems to have got a bit of luck himself now. We're going to have to come off a cushion to get out of this, and this could be where it all goes wrong. We're in guessing territory, something I really struggle with. We're going to take a lot of the power off and just try and make a connection. As long as we don't hit one of the high value colours, we're alright. We've hit the brown, so it's a 4-point snooker, and it means that there's going to be one more chance for Ronnie. He just needs one snooker to get back in a winnable position. 26 behind with 25 remaining. Obviously we can't have the retake because we're at the snookers required stage, but Ronnie's given himself a lifeline, and he's got in behind the pink this time. We're really under pressure now, and I think I might have have celebrated a bit too soon. Again, he's covered the angle to the green. We're not going to be able to get to it, but this one should be easy enough to hit. We're just going to lever into it. 50% power should do the trick. Hopefully we won't be able to miss this one. Let's make sure we make a connection, and hopefully we can fluke a pot as well. We've connected with the green. It's gone past the brown, and the cue ball might be going in the pocket, but it's just stayed on the jaws, and we've got away with another nervy moment. This is a horrific end to the frame. I really wasn't expecting this when we had 2 snookers required. It looks like Ronnie's gone for the pot. A really strange decision in the end. He's left it over the corner pocket. He's not covered it with the brown, so we are going to be able to make an easy connection, and we're just going to go into it with 20% power. We just want to make sure we hit the ball at this point. There's absolutely no need to do something special. It's a good shot and it's kept the green over the corner. Hopefully Ronnie will make a mistake. Here he comes then, he's playing a short range shot, and he's tried to be a little bit clever there, but if the green passes the blue we could well win this frame here, although he has got away with that one as well. We're going to try and edge it towards the middle pocket, just to try and leave it hanging over if nothing else, and we'll send the cue ball down the table. Hopefully he'll get in behind a pink or black. The green's missed, he's hit the jaw and come out, and unfortunately he's going to have a good angle on this, so we're going to be dealing with another safety in a moment. Ronnie's played his safety and we finally forced the mistake. He's left the green over the middle pocket. He's left the cue ball with an easy chance to get there. And we're going to try and hold for the brown as well, just to make sure he doesn't come back to the table. The green is in, and surely this time we can celebrate victory. We've gone 29 ahead with 22 remaining. And now if we pot the brown, he's certainly not going to come back. We should have wrapped up this match a long time ago, but now it looks like we have finally done it. The brown will go in and hopefully the cue ball's not potted. And as long as that remains the case, this is game over. We'll try a long pot on the blue, but at this point it doesn't matter. We're through to our second ranking final, and again it's in the Home Nation series. We'll hold for the pink with a powerful shot. Will the blue go into the pocket? A beautiful pot indeed. 2 balls left at the table. Let's try and finish this match in style. Not much of a crowd here, probably expecting an easy Ronnie victory, but we're not going to worry about that. We've just got to do our job and let the rest take care of itself. 50% power, the pink goes in. We've not held well for the black, but it doesn't matter. We're through to the final, and after a nail-biting finish there, we've beaten Ronnie O'Sullivan. We're really starting to compete with the world's best, even if it's because we're dragging them to our level. We've put the black safe and we'll celebrate victory. Congratulations, Sean O'Sullivan. A 3-2 victory, a very tense one indeed, but we've got to the final, and that's all that matters. There's the confirmation then, a 3-2 victory. The highest break in a match was 61. Not like either player, to be honest. I think that break was by us as well, although Ronnie may have got a couple in the last 2 frames. The total match points is pretty much even. We've only just edged that out, and we didn't really deserve to win the match, but Ronnie threw away a number of chances too. Let's go and see who we got in the final. That's the bit we're all waiting to see, of course. Will it be Mark Williams again, or will we get a slightly easier test this time? It'd be nice to face a different player. There's a lot of the top pros we haven't faced in this career yet, and I'd like to get one of them in this one, just to see if we can face someone different. It's going to be difficult for us to win the trophy anyway, but we have knocked out the world's top 2 now, and we're facing a player we have played before, but never in a ranking final. It's John Higgins, the world number 6, and of course we'll show you some of that in the next episode. The winner will guarantee £70,000, and it could be the second little trophy in our cabinet. Where's the Welsh Open on this screen? It's just at the end of the row from the Scottish Open, so let's see if we can add that one shortly. A really good result against Ronnie O'Sullivan, not the best of performances at all, but our reward is a place in the final and a chance to get a second title of the season. It's really been a good first year as we come towards the end, and if we can stay in form for the World Championships, who knows what might be possible. But if you did enjoy this episode and that tense final 2 frames against Ronnie O'Sullivan, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments how you're getting on in your career. Are you having success in the early stages of your career, or are you taking a lot longer to settle in, as I did in the first half of the season? And of course, let me know, get your predictions in for the final. Do you think we'll be able to sneak a victory, or are we going to face disappointment this time? We've only been in one final and we managed to nick that one, but it was a very nervy affair and it did take a comeback victory. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories, as my channel name gives away. We've got 3 episodes a week from Cricket 19 as well, the official game of the Ashes. We've been doing an Ashes test playthrough in that one for the last few weeks now, and it's really gone down well, so I really thank you for your support with that, and I hope you'll join me again for our career mode series, which will start in just over a week's time. That one will be next Saturday. There's also weekly content from this series every Friday at 4:30, and we'll of course be back for the final next week, so I really hope you're looking forward to that one. But a massive thanks for watching and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it, and we'll see you next time for another big match as we try to wrap up the second trophy of our career.